You're unfulfilled all the time. You are powerless. You never feel like you have control over anything. You put in the work, but nothing. You've gone for that interview, you've prepared yourself the CV, and you go for that interview and you're coming out and you're thinking, I nailed it. That has to be mine. The job has to be mine, and nothing. And you've been doing this for the longest time, no results. Or maybe you're one of those people who, God has been telling you that it's time to get serious with the calling that I have put in your heart. So if you're in that bracket, I am hoping that you stick around to the end of this video. My name is Faith Munyoki, and I am a purpose clarity coach. So today in this video, I want to talk to you about the power of living God's will for your life. So the first thing that we will start with is talking about what is God's will. The will of God is the life that God desires for you. It's the purpose for your life. It's the reason why you're here today. It's the reason why you're breathing today. I don't know if I'm going to edit that out. I don't have the energy. So come mbaya. Anyway, so the will of God is the desire of God in your life. The things that he desires for you. Imagine a parent. You desire a good school for your kid. He wants to go where his friends are. So you know what it is I'm talking about when I talk about the fact that God's will for your life is the right thing for you. But most times as human beings, we fight it like a child. We fight God's will because we are not seeing what God is seeing at the end of it all. The goal. His goal for you, you're not seeing. It's like a child. When you're telling a child, start eating healthy now, start eating those fresh vegetables, then they don't see why. For them, a child is thinking, daddy is not being good to me, mommy is not being good to me. They don't see where your heart is at. And that's why the will of God is important, even for us as adults. Because he's the one who created you. He's your parent. He's Abba Father. So why is God's will important? Let me go through the points of why God's will is important. Number one, God's will comes with everything you need. The verse Hebrews 13:21 talks about God will equip you for every good thing to do his will. So imagine you go to God and you tell him, this business, may it go in accordance to your will. And then God says, they're ready to do things my way. So he starts equipping you with every good thing that you need to make that work because it's centered on God's will for your life. Anything that you do in God's will, he will always equip you for every good thing. What do you need for that business? Do you need skills? Do you need the right knowledge? God will always point you in the right direction. Number two, favor and open doors. When it's God's will for you, no one can come against God's will for you. So if you're going down on your knees and telling God, I want this job, and God says, fine, that's a job for you. You're in prayer and you feel deep down inside your heart, this is the thing for you, and you step into that room, nothing will stop the will of God for you. Number three, he empowers you. And he gives you knowledge. Because God is a God of ideas, the God of knowledge, the God of wisdom, the God of understanding. He will give you everything you need. Refer to Hebrews 13:21. He will equip you with every good thing that you need. So even those ideas, where do I get the right customers, the right platforms, the right networks? They come to you because you're in God's will. Another thing that happens when you're in God's will is protection. So this is a business that God has given you. Who is going to hurt you? Who is going to touch you? The devil cannot touch you. Your enemies cannot touch you. Remember the story of Job. When the devil wanted to touch Job, God told him, he walked into, there was a meeting and the devil strolled in with the angels and God was bragging about Job. Have you seen my servant Job? And then the devil told him, it's because of everything that you've given him. And then he had to seek permission to touch him. So no one can touch you unless God allows it. And this story of Jonah is not that every time God is going to allow the devil to touch you. He's not. And if he allows him to touch you, guess what happened at the end of the story? He got back how many times more than what he had lost? So God's got your back, guys. Number 5, the will of God does not bring sorrow but joy. Yes, there are trials, there are challenges that come, but there's a peace that even when you're going through some challenges in your life, there's a peace that comes with the blessings that God has for you. When we go outside of God's will, there is no guarantee that things will work out for you. So today my homework for you is start praying prayers that ask God, am I in your will? What is God asking you to do? And you're fighting it. You know, what is that one thing that God is asking you to do and you've been fighting it for so long? I want you to go and think about it. Just have your quiet moments and start thinking about God's will for your life, because that's your game changer. God's will for your life is your game changer. So until next time, please do your homework. Your homework today is go on your knees today and start asking God, am I in your will? What is your will for me? For this business, for this career, for what it is you're calling me to do, what is your will? Because God, I am tired of not getting the right results. So until next time, see you in the next video.